This is a day in the life on tour with TAIKOPROJECT. Hi, my name is Audrey and I'm a performer in TAIKOPROJECT. In March 2023, we embarked on our Banzai 10 concert tour, starting in Washington and making our way through Utah, Montana, and Idaho. We want to show you what a typical day on a TAIKOPROJECT tour looks like. So here's a day in the life on a Taiko tour from my perspective. And this particular day starts at 5 a.m. The day starts with my usual routine. Brush my teeth, wash my face, do skincare, all while keeping quiet so my roommate Keiko can get some extra minutes of sleep in while she can. This day started especially early because we are currently in Idaho Falls, Idaho, and needed to make a 3-hour drive to get to our concert venue in Big Sky, Montana. We originally planned to stay in the Big Sky area the night before this show, but had to adjust our travel plans due to a blizzard. Luckily, the driving conditions were much better the following day, so we needed to pack up and check out of this hotel early so we can make our call time at the concert venue. On this tour, we had 2 passenger vans and our Sprinter with all our equipment. After a quick coffee run, we checked the tire pressure and made sure the van was ready for the drive. And here's Yumi trying to keep warm in the literally freezing weather. Even though the weather was deemed safe for travel, the amount of snow on the drive was nothing like we're used to. We made sure to drive extra safely. After one rest stop, we finally made it to the Warren Miller Performing Arts Center. The first thing we need to do is load in all our equipment from the Sprinter into the venue. Here, we set up a human chain and moved everything in safely and efficiently. This is definitely not our first rodeo. All our equipment is packed in padded bags for safe travel. This stage had risers we could use and adjust for our needs. Here we are setting up a layout that works for our show. For this stage, we decided that the ojime looked best on stage right and the ohira on stage left. We continued to set up all our equipment, including putting the drums on their stands and tightening them if needed. Everyone in TAIKOPROJECT was working together so we could get everything set up quickly and safely. At this point of the tour, we were like a well-oiled machine. Now that everything is all set up, let's take a break to go check out the backstage areas. After a quick coffee break, we started preparing to spike the stage. This process involves putting these pieces of tape that we call spikes on the stage so we know where to place the drums during the concert. While we are spiking the stage, Maz sits in the center of the auditorium and directs us to move the equipment so that our stage layouts look good from the audience perspective. Spiking for every song in the show will make transitions easier and the stage look great, so it's worth the time and effort. Once spiking was done, it was time for lunch. Today, sandwiches were on the menu, and they were especially fancy and delicious. I also treated myself to a soda, or 2. Check out the printed programs for the show. After lunch, we did our last bit of preparation before our tech rehearsal.
Hi, I'm Brian. I'm adjusting
We're gonna have two
my
name on
pedals
display.
to the right length.
Right there. Sorry.
This rehearsal involves running the concert from the very beginning and checking the stage monitors and microphones along the way.
Working now? Oh, thank you. Awesome. Let's see. Are we all on all the monitors?
Here, the performers using headsets are checking their microphone audio levels. The stage wings are where all the equipment that is not on stage is stored. The size of the wings varies from venue to venue. In the case of this venue, our wing space was a little limited, so we had to carefully navigate this area between songs. And finally, it was time for our rehearsal. We ran the show from the beginning with transitions as if it were the real deal. For pieces with choreography, we will take a moment during rehearsal to block our positions. This way, we can make sure that we hit those same spots for the actual live performance.
I'm sorry, down. Sorry.
When we transition from one piece to another, everyone is assigned a specific role. For example, we see here that Jen is moving her Aokedo to her set position, while Keiko sets up the table for Chenzi's set position. All these moves are set in advance, so we can ensure that every piece of equipment will be where it needs to be. While we were rehearsing on stage, Brian was in the control booth working on the stage lighting. After the rehearsal, we sat together to address any issues that happened during the run-through. Then, we set up the stage for the top of show and broke for dinner. After dinner, it was time for the final preparations, which include hair, makeup, and costumes. Here's my final look. Shortly before showtime, we circled up for some last-minute words from Brian and Maz. And then we hugged and wished each other a good show. This is the view from the stage left wing before the show starts. After the presenter finished speaking, while the curtain was still down, we waited for Brian's lighting cue, which indicated when to start. Then, we started the piece off of Blaine's visual cue. And here is our big reveal to the audience. Now we are transitioning from ho-hi to expanding. Remember, wing space was limited, so we had to carefully navigate the wings so we could complete the transition quickly and quietly. Here's what it looked like behind the curtain during intermission. This is when we'll set up equipment for the second half of the show. And here's a shot of Seiza from the stage right wing during the show. Go Doug! After the show, we went out to the lobby to greet the audience. One of my tour duties included handling Taiko Project merch with Courtney. After the audience left, we inventoried the remaining items and tore down the merch table. Now that the show is over, it's time to load everything back into the Sprinter. This means that all the equipment needs to be broken down and bagged. Overall, this took about an hour. Time to head to our accommodations for the night. The presenter put us in a really cool ski resort. After a long day, this was exactly what I needed. The cast hung out for a bit to enjoy a midnight snack before heading to sleep and doing the same thing again the following day. And that was a day in the life on a Taiko tour. We hope you enjoyed this video. If you're interested in staying up to date with Taiko Project, check out our website at www.taikoproject.org. Thanks, and see you on the next one.